Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Paul here. Okay, so tonight what I'm going to do, this is going out on Tuesday during the coronavirus lockdown. Hope everybody's well. Today I'm going to start a brand new page, A3 size sketch pad here from Art Gecko, and I'm starting Harry Potter. My kids love Harry Potter at the moment. My daughters are really into Harry Potter. Both got a couple of wands. My 4-year-old thinks she's Hermione at the moment. So I'm going to start off today on this first one. I'm going to, on this large page, this is zoomed right into a small section of this page right now. I'm going to start a collection of Harry Potter characters. So I'm going to do chibi version of most of these characters. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is Hagrid, and I've got the right colours for Hagrid here. I've got 4 different browns, from mid brown to dark brown, to a reddy brown, to like a mustardy coloured brown. These are all faber-castell pencil crayons. Then I've got like a fleshy colour just for his around his eyes and his cheeks, and then I've got 3 different greys. I've got the trusty silvery grey with a bit of sparkle in it, a little bit of black. I've got a Stabilo fine liner which is running out currently, if you've seen any of my other videos recently. I've ordered some more, and then I've got simply a H pencil to start off, just to do the drawing. Okay, so let's crack on. So I move these pencil crayons out of the way. I'm going to do Hagrid around about here. Okay, I'm going to do him here holding the 3-headed dog that they find in Hogwarts. Okay, and realise that I think Harry and Ron find the dog and realise it's Hagrid's. Okay, so I'm going to do him quite small. Okay, so what we're going to do is go around this is his fur. Oh, he's really not his fur. Sorry, thinking about the dogs again. This is his long hair around his face, and this is a chibi version of Hagrid. Okay, which is a Japanese style, like cutesy style of drawing. Okay, so this is almost like you're drawing clouds here. All right, so you draw yourself a few cloud-like shapes. This is his beard, towards the bottom of his beard. Okay, and his hair is very long, so we've got to do his hair like this. It goes, got some curls here, another couple like this, then a bigger one, and then it starts going down. So we're going round. I love Hagrid. We're reading Harry Potter with the girls at the moment, particularly with my 8-year-old. She absolutely adores. Amelia's been on one or 2 of these videos. She adores Harry Potter and the world of Harry Potter. So it sounds a little bit like he's from Somerset. All right, Harry. He speaks a bit like that, doesn't he? So I love Harry and Hagrid. So here's his pocket of his coat. There we go. So I'm just drawing his pocket in, so I know how long I've got to do his hair. Okay, so I can kind of judge where his hair finishes. There we go. So his face is going to be surrounded by this huge big brown beard, which is why we need a few different browns. Okay, and you can really do this in as much detail as you like. Okay, now his beard disappears behind the dog's head. So here's the first dog. All right, I'm going to do All right, sounded like a bit like Hagrid then. All right. So here's the first dog's head, and we're going to do it here as his ear. Okay, it's got weird, massive eyes, like almost like sheep's eyes. This dog. Okay. Okay. All right. Another one. Again, see if you can get with these cartoon characters. Still try and get the eyes the same kind of size, and if you can, the same kind of shape, because that'll still really help. Now these dogs look a bit manic, a bit weird. Okay. Now at the moment, I've been banished from the kitchen. I'm up in my daughter's bedroom. Okay, and it's a bit. If the camera's a bit wobbly, it's on a tripod. And I'm on a desk, and I didn't realise it would wobble so much, but it is. Okay, so this almost looks like a sheep. Okay, he could be holding 3 sheep, to be fair, or a three-headed sheep, should I say? Okay, so this is the first dog's paw. Well, it's all the same dog, really. The right-hand head of the dog. This is his paw. Okay. It goes like this. Now, what we can do is we can then bring in Hagrid's beard, which goes like that. Okay. There's another one there. All right. All right. So we've got a curve there. We've got a curve there. This is his feet. Okay, there's one leg. And then what we need to do is bring in the other front paw, which goes like this. It goes up like this. Okay, now from this point here, I'm going to bring the second head, and the second head is looking this way to the left. Okay, so we'll bring in this head here, and it goes up, and it goes over the top of this one's ear, like this. Okay, we've got an ear tucked in there. Okay, we've got another one, pointy one there. All right, and then right next to this eye is another eye of this dog. Okay, and this one's looking down or across, should I say. We've got one eye there, and it's looking over there somewhere. Okay, and then we've got the other dogs, the other head of the dog, should I say. I keep saying the other dogs, it's 3 dogs, it's 1 dog. And his nose comes in like this. This one's nose, I'll draw this a little bit wider there. Okay, don't worry too much about that, because this is going to be black. There we are. Okay, so we've got the 3-headed dog. We've just got to finish this off now. We've got a big belly like this. Big belly like this into there. And then we've got one leg hanging over like this. Do the paws like this. There we are. Okay, and then we've got a big tail. Okay, so do a big tail like this, and it goes to the middle toe. Okay, so Hagrid now. Back to Hagrid. This is his coat. All right. All right. This is his coat. All right. So his coat goes like this. This This is how I draw it. There's lots of different chibi Hagrids on the internet you can find. Now I'm going to do the buttons of his jacket. It's got a little bit of black in here. We've got a little bit of brown here. This is his knee. Okay, and he's got a welly on. Alright, so the welly goes round, down, and across like this. And then this knee here goes down to there, top of his welly. Okay, and then we go into this kind of shape here for his foot. Okay, so there's one leg, and then we'll just bring in another welly here, and it goes over to almost to touch the dog's tail. Okay, and it goes up this way. There we are, and we've just got a line there for the top of the welly. Okay, now Hagrid's face, just bring this down slightly more. Okay, Hagrid's face has got massive eyes and a tiny button nose, so his nose is simply a curve like this. Okay, curve like that, half moon if you like, one nostril, other nostril, then his eyes are massive. Okay, so his eyes go like this. Now they curve up and over and round like that. Okay, so there's one eye. Alright, alright, sound like Hagrid again, alright. Okay, so the other one, slightly flatter. Slightly flatter. There we go. Now his eyebrows, you're going to do them curved like this. Curve at the top. Like that. Okay, and then the other one is going to be really close to the top edge. It's going to go like this. It's going to stop there. And it's going to go like that. Okay, so we've got his two eyebrows sitting on top, and his eyes are going to curve like this, and then you're going to have one that goes like this. Alright. And we're going to have big pupils on this character. There we go. Okay, and we've just missing his mouth. Okay, so his mouth does this, but you want to see that there's still a beard. Alright. Alright. Keep saying that now. So his teeth like that. Okay, his mouth's going to come down here, and we're going to curve it that way, and he's going to have a line of teeth there, like that, and he's going to have a tiny little tongue there. Okay, so we've got Hagrid there now. Quite happy with that, how that looks. Okay, we'll just do some small lines like this. This is kind of to show you he's got some curls in his hair. Okay, another one up here like this, another one here, another one around this area here. Okay, and that will probably one more in there maybe. Okay, one more just down in this area, so like that. Alright, so then you can get on to colouring or going around with a fine liner. It's quite a lot of work to do on this, but it's quite pleasant work really. It'll take you a while to do this. If you want to pause the video and go over it like I've done, you can do. Come back later maybe, have a go, come back later, entirely up to you. Okay, you're just trying to go around wherever you can around this, around the lines as best you can now. Probably better to have a more stable surface than what I've got here. Okay, I've got a real wobbly table here. I do apologise if it does wobble. We'll get back to the kitchen table tomorrow. Waiting to build my studio in the garden, like a big shed with heating so I can carry on over the winter. In the middle of painting New York at the moment, painting for one of my bathrooms, so that's on one of the videos actually. Quick lesson as to how I started doing that, but mainly it's on my Instagram page, Paul Bembo Artist. I'm posting some updates on that progress of that piece of art, and then I'm going to start some garden artwork as well. So I'm going to do a zebra on a big canvas for the garden. Zebra's head and shoulders. Looking forward to doing that one. Got to finish New York Skyline first, which is a bit of a nightmare. Taking me hours and hours and hours. I've probably spent about 30 hours on it so far, maybe 20, 25. But another 10 hours to go, I reckon, before that's finished. Doing that in acrylic on canvas. It's only tiny, it's a really small painting. It's taking me forever. Okay, so we're going round his boots here. Hopefully getting out of your way so you can see what I'm doing. Just round the dog's back here. If anybody can put in the message what the name of this dog. It's not Fang, that's his other dog. I can't remember the name of the dog. This dog, a three-headed dog that's it's in the first couple of Harry Potter films, I think. I think it's the second, might be the first one actually. Maybe the second one. Is he guarding the Chamber of Secrets? I think he is. So it might be that film, the Chamber of Secrets, I think. Okay, so this is now coming together nicely. Just got to go over the third head at the back here that you can only just see poking out. Try and get it similar size though to this one. Shade that in black while I'm at it. Okay, we'll go over the nose again as well. Do the noses with we're using a Stabilo fine liner at the moment. Okay, do the other dog's nose in a little while when the other two dry. The thing is, these fine liners, they can still smudge if you rest the palm of your hand on the drawing. So try your best to do little sections and let it dry for 5-10 minutes or so. Just let it dry onto the page. If you're using a really good piece of paper, art paper, or a pad like this one, you'll be okay. But if you're using like cartridge paper or printer paper to do this on, which I wouldn't really recommend unless you're practicing, that's fine, because they do smudge quite a lot. So you want to get yourself a decent artist's pad if you can for sketching. You don't need anything like a watercolour pad or an acrylic pad or anything like that if you're going to use felt tips and pencil crayons. I'm going to leave those actually, those lines. Now you can tell when these pens start running out, the ends, the nib splits. So you end up with, if you're not careful, with 2 lines when you want one, which is what's just happened there above his eye, which is not ideal, especially when you're trying to do fine work. Hence the name fine liner. So you can tell it's starting to run out. It's trying to get old now, this pen. I've used it so many, well, basically I've used it for the 65 videos that I've already done. So we're going to colour this black. Okay. And just a bit of an update, if you could help me out with this, if you can. We've got now 226 subscribers, which is great because we only started it just before, well, just as the UK locked down for COVID-19, for coronavirus. We've got 226 subscribers, and we've had over 4,500 views now, which is great. So we're going on to the colouring anyway. Right, help. You could help out by sharing, if you can, sharing the videos if you enjoy them. This is where the video might stop jumping a little bit because the tripod's wobbling now as I'm colouring in. Okay, so middle bit black, leave the other 2 bits white. You need a bit of a red just for this suggestion of a tongue in there. Okay, and then what we need is a selection of greys. Okay, now what I would probably do is start with the left hand side. So start with the dogs. I'm going to go silvery grey actually with this, I think. So I don't want them too dark. All right, so I might not even colour them all in, and maybe a little bit of white showing through on these dogs' faces. Quite like that effect. Okay, you can go as dark as you want. All right, you can make them as colourful as you like. But I'll just show you what I would probably do here, because I don't really want to be, only because the video being too long, I don't want really to shade in too much, too heavy. So I'm just gonna bring a little bit of darkness through here to suggest that the dog's got like bags under his eyes. Okay, another bit over there, and then I'm gonna go darker on the outside edge, all the way up. Okay, darker on the outside edge. I'm gonna go darker through this section as well. Okay, and it suggests that it shows the curve better there of his face. So that's how I would shade in. Nice and light through here. Nice and light. A light grey. If you haven't got a light grey, pencil's fine. You could do it with pencil. Just that you don't want too light of a pencil. Maybe a 2B or something like that. Not necessarily. I'm using a H here, which is not. It's like a technical pencil. It's probably a little bit firm. Okay, again I'm going to go darker there to suggest that he's got like an older face. All right, and I'm going to go dark around this edge here. Okay, a little bit darker there. Okay, tiny bit dark on his ears, a little bit of dark on this side of his ear. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. And then this dog, darker on this side. Okay, darker on this outside edge. My voice is cracked then. Been talking to my kids all day about school. Got my lad with me at the moment. He's doing high school work and 2 primary school children as well. So busy in the Bembo household. And also we're trying to still do, my wife and I are both teachers, so we're trying to do our day jobs as well, She's not the easiest thing in the world to manage everything, but there you go. So it's easy to go to work, to have to stay at home. Okay. Well, I know I'd probably do less art if I was at work, so I'm not an art teacher. Alright, so we've got light grey through here, light grey through here, a little bit darker grey on this side of his leg, a little bit darker under this area here where he's being held by Hagrid. Okay, and then again lighter through this area here, and we've got a darker patch around this paw. Okay, so, and a darker section here. Alright, so just let's lighten this up now through this region, and this is nice and light across the rest of his paw there, and then nice and light here as well. I quite like seeing the white there, that's quite good. Now the majority of this now is going to be Hagrid's beard. Alright, so alright, come back to Hagrid again then. Alright, Harry. What we need to try and do is just finish this off, if we can, with a little bit of grey there. This is his tail coming through. Okay, there we go. A bit darker in there, that's good. And then we're just missing the black of his nose, aren't we, just to finish. So I'm going to go back to my fine line here, just because I've done the other two with fine liner as well. Trying just not to put too much pressure on the table because the video keeps bouncing, I can see. Okay, so quite happy with that. Just going to darken this ear off because it's behind the other one. Now that's better. That brings this head forwards, doesn't it? So always thinking about light and shade if you can. All right. So Hagrid's beard, mid colour brown. Okay, so medium brown. So we're going to do this kind of shading here. Now, because you've already coloured in the outline, you can be nice and loose with this because it's all brown apart from his teeth there on his mouth. You just want to be careful you don't go over those lines, right? But all this is brown. Okay, so you can take this in small sections if you can. Right, so we just colour this in again, just avoid his face because that's going to be like a creamy colour. Alright, alright. Notice how many times I say alright. Sound like alright, sound like I'm from Somerset. I don't know whether Hagrid's from Somerset, but a great actor, Robbie Coltrane, played Hagrid. Obviously I'm doing on this piece of artwork now, I'm going to do Hagrid a lot smaller. He's obviously a giant in the books and in the films. I'm doing him a lot smaller. If you could just put a message on which Harry Potter character you want me to do next, we can then start building them up together, can't we? If you're following these videos. So just leave a comment if you can. Subscribe, that means you can then leave comments, messages to me. I will dedicate some of these. I'll give you a shout out on the video if you can come up with interesting characters. But this is all going to be like chibi style art, okay? Which is Japanese. You might have seen some of my other chibi characters. I've done it on my videos. I've done, if you search for them, I've done chibi Batman, I've done a chibi Spider-Man, I've done a chibi Yoda, baby Yoda. I've done a from Star Wars. I've done another Star Wars character, Chewbacca. Chewbacca. Okay, so here's a hair for Hagrid coming in nice now. Probably would go much darker than this on certain parts of the hair. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to leave it light brown, I think. Alright. So we've got, because we can go over with a darker brown and just darken it off in places to give him some shade and some shadow. Alright, so as you go around in circles like his beard here, you could do that actually. Go around in these kind of circles. Okay, so that's where we're at for the brown for now for his face. I'm then going to change to like a mustardy brown for his coat. All right. Actually, we just missed a little bit of beard out here. There. Okay. Mustardy brown for his coat. You could do this like a mustardy yellow if you wanted to. The whole of his coat's going to be the same colour, so again, we don't need to worry about missing bits out. Okay. I'm probably going to do the boots darker brown. There we go. It's a nice colour. Okay, you could do this whatever colour you like. I know he's got a brown coat on in the film, but I think it's much darker than this. Okay, so we're going over now. A little bit darker here. Okay, there we go. So what you want really is this pale kind of creamy colour for his arm coming in. Okay, darken this off slightly. There we go. His face is going to be again this coloured creamy colour, but you want to just do it really light. Okay, almost like you can still see the white. Okay, really light, creamy, fleshy colour here. Okay. Continuing around the eye here. Make sure you don't miss this section out of his forehead. Okay, miss his eyes out completely. They're going to stay white. Okay, going to go back to the brown again in a minute. So, yeah, I mean, I'm rushing this a little bit now, just because I'm aware that the video is taking a little while. Now, darker brown. I'm going to go really dark brown now for these eyebrows. All right, this is almost black. It's that brown. It's really dark. This is quite like that colour. You could do the whole of his hair like that colour if you wanted to, but I'm just going to now just shade in darker on these sections here. Okay. Now this, I'm going to go round the back of these black sections, okay. And I'm now just going over the top of this base colour that I've got. Okay, so you haven't got white now underneath, you've got this base colour, and that's what I do with a whole beard. Okay, much darker brown. Around this outside edge, much darker. Okay, you don't want it that dark, you can't see the black lines, but now we haven't got a base colour of white. So if you miss anything, it still looks brown. Okay, and again we go around all of this, all the way up. Okay, all the way round. Alright, so what I might do is I'm going to finish the video in a little while, and then I'm just going to show you the final picture. Okay, before we finish. Okay, a bit darker here now, and lighter through there. Okay, I've changed my brown now. I've got a slightly, sounds daft, slightly browner brown. Okay. Right, so boots, big decision here. Dark brown, I think, with the boots. I think that's what I'm going to try and do. Okay, so I'm going to go really dark down this side of his boot. Okay, and then we're going to lighten it off. So that's quite like that. And then we're going to go darker again underneath this coat. Alright, darker edge as well. A darker edge there. Okay, and then we're going to go much lighter through the rest of the boot. So I'm just not putting as much pressure on the pencil or the pad as before. Okay, try and get your pencil lines going all the same way if you can. Pencil crayon, there we go. So that's about how much dark I want there. Okay, this gives you a suggestion that the boot is shaded. Okay, and round this paw I'm going to go darker here. Okay, this edge I'm going to go across here with darker. Okay, and then we're going to go darker down this line here, and then we're going to lighten this up. Okay. So Hagrid's coming on nicely now. Alright, I think we're pretty much done. Just got to do a little bit of light brown in his eyes. Okay, so we're going to go round the outside of his pupils. However, I'm going to leave a white circle. Okay, and I'll put a white circle in the same place on his eyeball. There, okay, so that'll bring that, hopefully all that together now with his eyes. Alright, so I'm going to stop the video now, and then I'm going to show you when I've finished it. Okay, we'll put a bit of shadow down here as well. Okay, so here's the final piece. Put a bit of shade underneath. Probably would go darker with his beard, really, if we're going to do it again. A little bit darker, maybe this shade, just a lighter version, like his boots, really. But quite happy with that. So there's Hagrid holding, I don't know, did he call it Mr. Fluffy or something? It's so fluffy, he said in the film. So anyway, hope you like that. It took ages to colour in. Take your time with it, and obviously send me a message if you can. Let me know how well you've done, how you've enjoyed the video, if you've enjoyed it or not, and give me some suggestions. Definitely suggest other characters you want to see me do in this kind of style for Harry Potter, and then we'll fill this page full of characters. Okay, speak to you soon.